unnamed podcast. We might have a name after this, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
With the legend, Mike Renegade.
Hey,
how you feeling, my man?
What's up, man? I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you. This is I think I've known about you for like 5-6 years, and we've never sat down and like had any like discussions, conversations. So
Facts.
It's exciting. So my first question, I guess, is Mike your real name?
Yeah, Mike is my real name. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually a junior. My dad's name is the same name as mine, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I come from a line of Mike.
I dig it. Okay. So you're just junior? You're not a third or fourth or anything?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Junior?
If I were to name my kid Mike, which I'm kind of leaning towards it, if I had a boy one day,
Yeah.
I would probably, he'd be the third. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's chill. I always like the name Michael because you have Mike, Michael, Mikey.
Yeah.
Like you have like a couple different as you grow up and evolve, you can become
exactly like certain people. I'm Mike. Certain people I'm Michael. Like when I went to school, I was Michael. Now my family, I'm like Mikey because it's like
yeah.
I'm the son of my dad. So yeah, I'm Mikey.
Yeah. So.
But no one calls me that. Like,
no one calls. Okay.
Except for like if you're my cousin, like you call me Mikey.
Mikey.
Or
Okay.
my mom or like that's it.
Okay. Now Renegade, is that your last name?
No.
Okay. So how did you decide or come up with like Renegade?
So it's actually kind of like a cool story. My dad's email address is AK Renegades like with some numbers.
Yeah.
So basically I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like Renegades, what is that? And he said when he was like 14, like the 80s, or something like early 90s. I mean, he's young. He was on a baseball team that was kind of like the Bad News Bears. Called the AK Renegades, and they won the state championship. Like
that's a cool name for a baseball team.
The city championship, and I don't know. I kind of just thought like that spirit of just like a young like rebel, like You know what I mean, and it's like it links with my dad too. So there's like some cool history behind it, and like Mike Renegade. Also, I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a full conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but I'm pretty like aware of the wild shit going on. So I'm pretty like renegade against like establishment, I guess, like anti fucking, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, I'm for the people, I guess.
Yeah Okay, so I guess at what point did you become like renegade, and like how did that how did you decide like that you are for the people, if you will?
So when I was in college, like basically I graduated in 2015 and then I moved out to like Kent area in 2016.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 23, about to be 24.
Okay. I was like, man, he's like maybe 19. Like,
so that's
like,
another thing. I'm aging well, so a lot of people, I still get carded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I shave my beard. People are like, damn, he's like 16.
Yeah.
No, I'm about to be 24.
Okay.
Damn. But yeah, I'm about to be 24. So when I was in college, I was rapping before that. I was making little mixtapes like here and there, made a little shit.
Under Mike Renegade, or you were something else before?
I was like, I wasn't even anything before. I was just making up names. I forget what my name was. I was just Mike.
Yeah, okay.
I was just Mike in the
like
verse.
Kyle. Like
Yeah. But basically in like 2015, 2016, I changed my @ to Mike Renegade. And once I did that, it was like, all right, I'm Mike Renegade. Like,
okay, just on a whim, you're just like, you know what, I'm doing it?
Well, yeah, I felt that. Like, I was calling myself Mike Renegade, but then even my friend Sean, who was my roommate at the time, was like, bro, like, you need to change that @ like you need to verify it, you need to make it you. And I did that, and ever since then it's been like go time. So yeah, about 2015, 2016 I became young Mike Renegade.
Okay, I dig it. So you were I guess so at some point you were still making music. So when did you start making music? And then at some point you obviously became Mike Renegade, but like what started you making music?
All right, so basically I kind of live in like a suburb, North Canton area. Like my parents moved there when I was probably like 8 to 9.
Okay.
And I had a real good friend growing up, so I'd go over to his house, and it was like a real nice, cool house.
Yeah.
And basically, he kind of put me on to like Facebook and like Twitter. We were just getting on the internet, being kids. And eventually, we started making music on Audacity.
Yeah.
And just making dumb shit. And we get to the point to where we were making like 3 songs a night, like type shit. Just having so much fun making mixtapes. And at that point, I was just fucking like recording.
Wait, this is you at 8 years old when you moved here?
No, not 8. My bad. I fucked that up. After like I moved here at 10, and then I would say once I made a friend when I was about 13, 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I figured, but I was like, maybe he did.
Yeah.
Maybe he's been like
7th, 8th grade. I started like recording stuff, and then I would say seriously shit that I would probably be proud of to this day didn't start happening until about 2015.
Okay.
When I was a senior in high school.
When you became Mike Renegade.
Yeah. Before that, I was just kind of rapping for fun, like with my friends.
Yeah.
And I kind of noticed that. I mean, I kind of noticed that I was probably one of the better ones of my friends, thinking like, all right, I can actually do this. And I had the drive to be creative. Like, I've always drawn, I've always made shit. So music is just another extension of the art that was naturally always kind of coming.
Yeah. So you, I guess that's interesting. So you kind of started with just being artistic in general, and then what made you? Did the friend was kind of like, hey, I rap, like you want to rap with me, or like what made you start like rapping versus like something else? Maybe?
So like, I'm not even capping. I think God blessed me with the gift of drawing. Like I'm not a good drawer like these realistic people, but like I'm saying just my ability to put something on the pen and make something.
Right.
Like, I've been doing that since I was 2 or 3 years old. Like I think I drew a whale when I was 2, and my mom like knew it was a whale. So
that's like a big that's a big thing.
Yeah, I'd be in preschool, like I'd be in the art section, all the other kids would be like building blocks, I'd be the only one like creating people out of like paper cutouts.
Yeah.
So basically I've always been into drawing, always had sketchbooks, and it was just another extension. My friend didn't rap, but he was big on the computer. Like he had Audacity downloaded. I never heard of that. Like he taught me about MySpace and Facebook. Like he was just kind of into the internet and like real middle school vibes. Like
Okay.
Yeah. So the question there was, did he start rapping? Yeah, it was kind of just a thing we started doing for fun.
Okay, so that makes sense.
And I've always loved rap. Like that's another thing. That's always been my go-to music. Like my parents are super young, and they had me when they were 17. So when they were like, when I was born, like the shit that was hot then, they were loving like Master P and like all that shit. So that's kind of what I grew up on, and I've always had a love for hip hop and rap, like just music.
Yeah, that was kind of one of my next like couple questions was like, what was your parents like influence musically? Like they got you into stuff. You can ask on the table if you want. Like it doesn't matter.
Oh, cool, bro.
I can get you maybe like a thing. Like
I mean, it's cool. I just won't like.
Yeah, just
I won't fuck
it's fine on the table. I already fucked it up. I wiped it with like alcohol wipes, so I think it's like pretty toast at this point anyway. But
I'm chilling.
Yeah, yeah, get comfortable, man. I guess so. They were listening to they like brought you up on rap, or like they brought you up on everything, or what kind of?
They brought me up on like this rap. Like if I can describe the best things, it's like my dad listened to a lot of E40 and like fucking Mac 10.
Okay.
It's like hardcore like lit rappers. I mean Snoop and Dre. Like everyone listened to them. Like just everything that was hot at the time. You know, Tupac, Biggie. My dad had a whole case of big ass CDs that he would burn. Like he would burn CDs for people, and like he just got everyone's shit. Like, so he always had a dope ass CD collection. And as soon as the iPods came out, like my dad would always put all of his CDs on Apple Music.
Oh, smart!
And this man has like 4,000 songs just from his CD collection. So,
yeah,
and he still has them. So like he was definitely putting me on to shit. Even growing up, like we were just listening to the hot shit at the time, fucking Mike Jones, fucking anyone coming out, like everyone was hot.
That's awesome. So he kind of, he's taking you to school or something, you're like bumping some rap stuff and whatever.
He had old school cars for practice, like he used to have systems. His friends would have like system competitions, their shit would be like shaking. So he's always been really into it, into cars, into music, and my mom is just like him. She loves all that shit. And she also got me on like the R&B, you know, mom cleaning music type.
Yeah, for real. That's cool. So, I guess, what was it like kind of coming up with, like, because my parents, I think, were, like, in their mid-30s when they had me, and they were, like, very, like, old. You know, I was brought up on Christian talk radio. And, like, I'm in the car, I'm like, Mom, please, like, can we listen to something else? So, like, what was it like kind of coming up with, like, parents that are, like,
younger.
Yeah, younger. That's the best way to put it,
To me, it always just felt like, because they were always on their shit, it always just felt like, all right, these are old people. I'm listening to them. Like, these are older figures that are telling me what to do. Like, it's my mom and dad. Like, But to me, look at it now, like a 17-year-old raising me, like, it's pretty wild. I don't think I was the exact same way when I was 17. I definitely think my parents, like, were on a super mature level.
Yeah.
It's, like, super mature. For sure. To where I don't even think I'm at that level.
Right, yeah.
At 20, almost
like
24.
even now as mature as they used to be.
Yeah, as they used to be when they were 16, 17. So, yeah, shout out them.
Nice.
But, I don't know, it's fun. It kind of got me more into pop culture. It kind of got me more into technology. It kind of got me more onto TV raising me. You know what I mean? I was a big TV head. Fucking learned a lot, and then I feel like I'm really into like culture and like pop culture and like how shit works and history. So I used to watch VH1, like, you know how they talked about like the 80s or 90s, the 70s. I used to watch them shits and like try to learn about music and how art like evolved to where we're at today. So, yeah, I've always been kind of interested. Yeah. Also, this is the big thing I didn't tell you. I'm the only child.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, me and the TV were linked.
Did they both like work or something, or just it was like dad worked and mom was like home, but like you're just kind of watching TV, or like?
My dad worked basically third shifts, so he worked from 3 p.m. to midnight.
Okay.
And then I would be asleep, so he would pretty much be up from midnight to like 6 a.m. and then sleep till like noon and be back at work by 3.
Yeah.
So like my dad was always working, and then my mom worked in the days, so when my dad was sleeping, she would be working in the morning, and I'd be watching TV when my dad's knocked out, like preparing for work. So I was always just low key chilling, doing art, like fucking watching shows.
Yeah. That's interesting. So I guess how do you like? I guess now that you're raised, like looking back, like how does I'm trying to think how to like phrase it into a question, but how do you feel like that influenced who you are as like kind of raising yourself, maturing yourself almost, but and like getting to keep. But
they were still very like supportive in a way. I would just say a lot of free time with them. They definitely like, raised me hard. Like they were on it. But I had a lot of free time. That's the way to put it, like, by myself. And, I don't know, I was definitely a weird kid, and I was, like, always into weird, different shit. Yeah. And I would say as it progresses to now, I would say that helps me with, like, social media and, like, understanding trends and what's going to be next.
Because
like,
you've watched the trends.
Yeah, and fashion, and when stuff comes back, I know what era maybe it came out of or what people are doing. And also me just being, like, a media freak in a way, it helps me on Instagram. So like I mean, or like any social media, I know how they work. I know where the news is at. I understand trolls. Like there's people out here that shit goes over their head. Like, you know what I mean? I understand the culture. I understand what we're in. So like I feel like that helps me today. Okay. Be better, and I would even say I'm kind of a little troll in myself.
Yeah.
So like
that's good. I think it helps you to not take stuff so seriously, to be able to troll somebody else and to get trolled. It's like you have an appreciation for like the game, if you will.
Exactly. I have appreciation for it, and like, like if someone were to do it to me, I'd be like, oh, they're just trolling.
They're trolling. Yeah, exactly. And then some people are getting too worked up because they don't get it, and
and I know that like, you know, it also brings attention. Not to say I do that. I'm not on some crazy like clout chase, but just being open to like being crazy, like the 2020 vibes, like just being trolly and all that. It just gains followers, it gains attraction, it gains like, it builds the brand, you know what I mean? Yeah. To where you can do it in a smooth, cool way, to where you're not just like an ass, you know what I mean? Yeah. You just be yourself. Like,
I think it's like, I've been on the past like couple months, I've been trying to like, what is my like brand, if you will, like what is my goal even, and like the word like entertainer kind of came to my head. And when you're saying like it gains followers, it gains traction, whatever, I'm like, it kind of hits that like, to me, entertainment, like people follow it because it's entertaining and it's funny or interesting, or
like I said, like I mean, there's a science to trolling, and you can even look at brands, they'll troll you on their commercials, and you can even look at, you know what I mean, political leaders who are practically, you know, trolls themselves, because there's a science behind it. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah. And it's just like that, like from someone on the outside looking in, that would almost be hard to understand. But I feel like I grew up with it, and it's just a part of me. Yeah. So it's cool.
What portion was it you absorbing like that, and what portion was like that was what you were interested in? Does that make sense as a question? Like, were you watching that, like absorbing it because you were interested in it, or because you were just like, oh, this is kind of cool, and like it shapes like your future? Does that make sense?
Yeah, when I was younger, probably when I started making stuff for myself, that's when it changed. Okay. Because I used to be the type of guy, like, I don't know, it's weird now, because I used to be the kind of guy who have 2,000 songs on my iPod because I'm a fan. I love it all. But now it's like, I keep my stuff so OCD and clean to where I don't even want to hear the newest stuff because it might inspire me, and I don't want it to like make my music sound a certain way. And it's like I listen to shit differently. So I kind of went from being a fan and loving it all and being obsessed with it all to kind of forming into now I'm a part of it and this is what I want to do and this
is
so it makes you look at it differently. It's like I'm less of a fan and more of a competitor.
Yeah.
So where if I hear a fire song, I'm like, I like it, but I might turn it off halfway and maybe want to start writing something myself. Like,
exactly.
I gotta get on it.
Yeah, I definitely feel that too sometimes. It's like I almost want to watch music videos or some shit to see like what's everyone else doing and like, okay, now I gotta hop like, let me pass you up, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's sweet. So I guess in speaking of the music and stuff too, like what was your like evolution musically, and do you think that you have like you're still evolving, or have you found your sound and you don't want other stuff to like influence or change it, so that's why you're like focused?
Okay. So like I said, it was kind of just old school hip hop and R&B. It was kind of what I was raised on. And then I would say I was a big Wayne fan, and I was always hardcore rap. Like I didn't want to hear nothing else. Like you trying to show me some country, I'd probably be like laughing.
Yeah.
And I would easily say I'm way more open nowadays. And I would say people like Lil Wayne opened me up to rock a little more.
Yeah.
And this is me being younger. And then like Tyler, the Creator, kind of put me onto like indie skateboarder rap and like chill shit. And that kind of got me more into like chill instrumentals and guitars, which I never liked. Like all like that. Like my grandparents used to listen to hardcore rock and shit, which I thought it was cool, but not for me. But like basically, that started opening my mind up to like more indie bands and like nice pretty music. And I always liked good singers, like so I've always liked rap and like beautiful singers. So I feel like that indie kind of side evolved it. And nowadays, like I don't know, I would say I'm the most open-minded about music I've always been. And I like making crazy, like, different shit. And I feel like it will always be evolving. I never want to make the same shit over and over. And I feel like the reason I don't like to listen to mainstream stuff sometimes is because I don't want to sound mainstream. I just want to continue, like sitting in my own brain, manifesting my own ideas. Like, if I hear a Uzi song, it's going to be hard. Like, it's hot. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be stuck in your head, and you're going to get in the booth, and then, like, your flow might be kind of like it. Like,
I want to do that, too. Like, I like it.
Even subconsciously. Just, like, So I feel like it keeps you in your own vibe. And to where I'm always listening to, like, more of my own music now than ever. To where I used to listen to everybody else's.
Yeah. Okay, so, like, I kind of like that. I'm almost interpreting as like your sound is like you don't have a sound. It's kind of like it's just you, and it could be whatever you want it to be at that moment. Each project,
each song, each verse could be different. Like, that's how I like to do it. Each word could sound crazy. Like I don't want to be put in a box or expected to do really anything. And I've done stuff to like I dropped an album this year like Pop Rennie. Like it's 4 tracks of just pure pop, no cussing. Like, and that was it was a fun one to do. It was just like a fun, fast one, and it was like a different route I've never taken before. So what because then you have no sound, no sound, whatever. Like, what inspires you then to make like songs that sound like this or songs that sound like that? Definitely, there's probably 2 main. I would say I'm inspired by music I hear. So like I do take bits and pieces, but it might not be the hottest rapper of the day. It might be a song I heard from 1942. I heard a bit of it. And I'm like, damn, I might want to make a little rock kind of like that. Like, you know what I mean? The emotion it creates. And then, what inspires me to do?
Like so if you're gonna make like whatever the one project, you're like, okay, I'm on this kind of vibe, and then like that's done, and the next time you go to like either into the studio to make something or like what gets you like in your daily life, you're just like I'm gonna make a song about that, or like that's the vibe I'm on.
Another big thing I do is when I hear that beat, like the beat is like 99% of what the song's gonna be about. So usually when I'm working with the producer, I used to have people send me beats and I kind of like we'd work on it for a long time, but just recently I've been kind of going to the producer, my dude Osman or like Doofdom, and we like cook up a beat there and we make it, and it's kind of more of a actual vibe. And then I might like do some revisions on it, and then we kind of clean it up after.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, making that beat in the right time. That's what really inspires me to make them songs.
Okay. So sitting down like with the producer and like they'll start fucking around on the pads, and you're just like, do that, and then you kind of like create it together.
Exactly. And depending on the day, like some days are hardcore screaming days, some days are poppy singing days, like Black Eyed Peas vibes. Some days are I'm trying to rap, like I mean, some days I want like a trap beat, some days I want like an old classic, boom bap beat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So are there I guess are there artists that that you pull influence from, or that you would want to work with, or that you like?
Definitely.
Does that kind of make sense, or like, are you more like, I want it to be my own sound, and maybe if someone else has their own sound, I'll work with them?
Oh, but no, like don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody's sound, and I think it's dope even when you have one sound and that's all you do, because that's a niche in itself. That's cool. But I'm saying I feel like I can mold to anybody's sound. So if I were to do a feature with a guy who kind of screams and does hardcore shit, or if a guy who wants to fucking sing on some, some Trey songs.
Yeah.
I might, I like to think I'm versatile and be able to hit any kind of beat. Mm-hmm. And I'm really down to work with anybody who wants to work with me. Like, that's cool. Like, I just like having connections and like chilling out and vibing, making music, like having fun with it. So I'm really down to work with anybody. Like, as long as, as long as they're bringing something kind of new to the table. Because if it's like, I don't want to do a collab with a doppelganger of somebody else.
That makes sense.
Like the generic version of X, or not X, but like any rapper.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to say that.
Pick a different letter. Like any other letter.
Any variable.
Yeah. I like that. Darn, I think I had another question. I kind of forgot what it was going to be. So I guess, so do you have a favorite style where you're like, I love doing this, or is it so like you just love doing it, so any style you're just kind of like, I enjoy doing this?
I think I have two favorite, but like if I could, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can sing the best.
Okay.
I appreciate the honesty. I put in the effort, and I put in like if it sounds good, I'm real with myself. I'll redo it. Like I'll put in the work it takes to sound right.
Do you want to be a good singer? Like, is that something you would... Okay.
Absolutely, bro.
Okay.
I'm telling you what, if I can make any kind of music, I would just sing. Like, fuck it.
Oh, interesting.
I would make music like, I don't know, dude. I would make some like 80s ballads. Like,
that's sweet.
I would make someone cry, like, or just some beautiful Al Green slow rock. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that would be my dream, but I can't sing.
That's interesting.
I'm out here singing like Ja Rule. So put some autotune on me. I can sing with autotune. So I think I love the songs. I love the vibes that I can sing on, and kind of like the upbeat, just that upbeat SoundCloud rapping, autotune singing vibe. Like, just, if you know, it's like that. It's just that bounce.
That's cool. I definitely respect that, and I hear that in. It does kind of have an underlying style to every song that you touch. There is some like core of you that it is like you can kind of hear that bounce and stuff. Yeah, I appreciate you that it's not another doppelganger of like.
And that's what I try not to like. I don't kind of copy anybody, but like I'll take little influence. You know what I mean? Maybe a certain way I heard one rapper hit a certain note. Maybe I'll try to do a verse like that. Like, right. You know what I mean? It's just different.
Yeah, and I always like stuff. It's almost like when you hear a band cover a song and it sounds pretty much just like the song versus you hear a band cover a song and it's like, whoa, this is a totally different version. Yeah. It's like they were inspired enough to do that song, but I like that this is you did this. So like Mike Renegade did a song versus like, even if it sounds like an easy song. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, this would be like, basically it would be my take on a little bit of sprinkles of some songs. So it's me kind of cooking up in the pot.
which is nice. So are there any artists that you would like to work with? Also, I'm gonna close the door because I'm paranoid that the cars driving by are like wrecking the interview.
We'll close the doors, but I think our voice has been pretty crispy.
I think so too, and maybe it's just my own paranoia that I'm just like, someone's gonna drive by, you're gonna be saying something super deep. I'm always strapped, so you come into my house, be ready, you're getting wet.
Water gun on deck. Who would I want to work with? Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, there's so many cool people, and I appreciate everybody's sound. For me, even to say a name, honestly, like anyone just doing their thing to their fullest, I'm down to work with. And obviously, like, bring some bread in the situation. That's even cool. But like, I'm just down to make art, like, for real. That's cool.
Yeah. So, and I like that was a good segue into, I was going to kind of talk about, you draw, you have like clothing that you make, like we were even talking earlier, we shot a video together, so look out for that. So we were talking earlier, like you're making your own videos and stuff too. Like, is there a favorite kind of thing, or you appreciate being able to have different mediums for your creativity, or like?
Yeah, I definitely love being able to do like tons of different things, but like I kind of did it because I had to. Like, if I could, I would just focus on music. Like, if that opportunity brought itself. Like, if I had a producer always producing, mixing my stuff for me, and I had like a team, that was like, Mike, your job is to make hits, baby. Yeah, I'd be like, all right, that's my role. But right now, it's just like me rolling solo and like a couple homies like from time to time. So like, usually I got to do it all. You know what I mean? I'm involved in every step, whether it be the cover art, the song, like the beat, or like even if I don't mix and master myself, like I'm hollering at the guys who do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
With the vision of how you want it to like sound and stuff. Yeah.
So I'm definitely like involved in it all, and if I had the opportunity to kind of relax and focus on one, I would. Yeah. But right now I'm kind of just dabbling on which one's gonna hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm realistic, and I have times where I'm like, well, like, you got to have different plans, because you can't just focus on your music, and the music game is crazy how saturated it is. And like, you can be amazing. I mean, you can sing like no one's business, but your shit gets saturated.
So can somebody else. Like,
yeah, but I feel like me having a lot of different things is kind of just makes me one brand. Like, instead of me being a rapper, I'm just Mike Renegade, who has all this stuff. And
your flavor, if you will, kind of comes out in each thing that you do too. Exactly. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, definitely. Because I would kind of say I'm similar. In hearing you say that, I'm like, I've definitely got that too, where I'm like, okay, I have to do all this myself, because either, and even you said earlier too, of like, you were the one that was like driven enough to do it. And like, I've had a lot of people that kind of like fell away, where I'm like, you want to do this? And like, we couldn't get it going.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like, okay, when I moved to college, I had nobody like to mix and master my stuff. It was me and my friend Jesse. We called him JJ Soft Hands, but he doesn't rap or nothing anymore. But he was spitting. We used to do more like boom bap beats, Jay Dilla, Pete Rock, kind of just old school vibes. And basically, I was like mixing and mastering everything myself, making my own beats. Like, obviously ripping them off YouTube too. But I probably dropped 10 mixtapes from 2015 to 2017. Shit. Like, and I ended up taking most of them off. I think you could probably find like one or two. Yeah. And I used to make my own videos, because I used to like master them myself, so they kind of sound like trash. But shout out my boy Osmond and Doofdom and Caffrey, because those are the three main producers who make me sound right now. Yeah, yes. It wasn't until 2018 to where I made my album Iflam. I Feel Fantastic, Look at Me, that my dude Caffrey like mixed and mastered everything. And he's like an official DJ, and he knows what he's doing. So, like, he really brought my sound to that next level. So I would say I hit that next level kind of 2018. Yeah. Late 2017, because there's a mixtape that I had that I liked how I mixed, you know what I mean? But I had some good singles that kind of got my rile up to when I made good music. I kind of had some people there to be there to experience it, you know what I mean? Like, I had a little fan base going from all that work I put in. Right. So go ahead. I was just saying, like, I think the reason I worked that hard is because I was so like at the bottom and like desperate just to like, not even desperate, but just so hungry to be known somewhere, have my music somewhere, just like make something for myself, that I was just going savage, like obsessed with it, dropping mixtapes every 2 months, like, you know what I mean, it's going crazy. Yeah. Do you feel like you had because I have that similar, almost like that itch of just like, I gotta be like getting my shit out there and making stuff. Would you say yours is, you have, this is like a weird question as it's coming to me, but like something to say versus like you just love like doing it and you're just getting out all of your feelings? Or is it like, I've got to tell the world like either my story or like what I think, or like, is that what inspired 10 mixtapes, or you just love doing it? It's like, I definitely don't think I'm unique in the sense of a crazy story. Like, you know what I mean? I just am who I am. Like, and that's what I think I have this energy. Like, it's not really about my story. It's just about my ability to create a mood, to create energy out of, like, it's just me. You know what I mean? Like, it's more about the attitude, the fact that, holy shit, like, there's so much music. Like, this dude is just like a little Energizer bunny. Like, I just want to be like a workhorse, just to where. And I feel like another drive is kind of weird, but I feel like death always motivates me to where it keeps me going. Because I think like, if I were to die tomorrow, am I happy with this shit I just dropped? And it's always like no. So
yeah.
I'm always trying to make some better shit and always trying to like make better shit that will last on forever. Because that's the real shit that lasts forever, and that's why I'm kind of obsessed with the arts. Because like I could die. You can forget about everything I ever said, but you can see the picture, see the art, hear the song, in fucking the year 3000, like.
Yeah.
And that kind of drives me. Like, it's cool.
Yeah. So that's interesting that you brought up, like, that death motivates you. Like, is that always been kind of a motivator? Or, like, did you have something, like, experience with death that, like, made you, like, okay, this shit's serious? Like, I lost whatever it is, and, like, this is right around the corner for me?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if people have definitely, like, died in my life, like... my family members, people I know.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them were, like, straight on. I think it's just me subconsciously knowing.
Yeah.
Maybe my own fear, maybe my own drive, maybe my own... Just, like, it's just, it's a fact. Like...
Right.
Just my intuition of feeling, like... one day you ain't going to be able to be who you are right here, right now. Like, it's just, like, appreciating the moment and really appreciating, my ability to be, like, who I am. It's, like, a blessing and an amazing, like... experience just living life.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a good I would almost say, to tie in our earlier conversation, like, I sense a maturity in you that you grasp that, I'm 28 and it took me a minute to grasp like that like it is right around the corner, and it's it could be motivating. And I think a lot of people, like, forget that or ignore that or push that away, and they either don't have a drive or they don't appreciate what they do have because they'll think they'll live forever. So
I've always been pretty aware that just the shit going on is almost impossible. Like, it's just amazing. Like, we're fucking just energy talking to each other and understanding each other. Like, it's just the world and the whole life is just a cool ass thing. So I'm just happy to be here.
Man, me too. Like, I wake up every day, I'm like, all right, again, I get to do it again. Like,
exactly. So, like, making the best of it, becoming an alter ego, Mike Renegade vibe, just, art.
That's actually an interesting question, too. How much, like you said, alter ego, like, how much Mike Renegade, how much Michael, whatever, like, what's the balance? Is there a balance? Are you kind of, like, you found a way to... put a label on just you as a person? You are Mike Renegade, and you always were Mike Renegade.
That's actually a really good question, and I think I kind of just...
Thank you.
Yeah, for real. And I think I just realized something about myself. Like, it's like I am Michael, and I was born Michael, but Michael is the me that, like... It's like the school Michael, like like if I had to get a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be Michael. And my goal has always been to be Mike Renegade. I don't want to be... you know what I mean? Like, I want to be what I want to be. I don't want to have to, like, normalize or go down. So, like, the day that I get to always be Mike Renegade is the spirit inside of me that, like, wants to always be out.
Yeah.
And not be compressed by, like, modern society or just, like, having a job or just rules, just having to do all this bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Everyday life. So I feel like Mike Renegade, low-key, might be, like, the kid in me. Like, like, the energy, like,
almost like the name. I mean, even the I have like two questions queued up that I'm trying to like segue this all into, but like the almost the destiny of like your dad with that baseball thing, Renegade, took to you, like the name almost found you. Like you were Mike Renegade before that, and it just, the universe was like, here you go. It's time. You're ready.
Exactly.
You're Renegade now.
That's why, like, I really kind of feel it. I mean, I got it shit tatted on my stomach.
Oh shit! Like,
I really feel like that's me. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But even I feel like kind of like even my ancestors. The stories I hear, I don't know a lot, but I feel like the men were kind of just like renegade, cowboy kind of vibes. Like, they're outlaws. So I don't know. I kind of like, it's a spirit of, I don't know, the family, I guess.
That's good, and that great segue for me, because I was like, that was gonna be my next kind of like transition into like tying in destiny and like your past family and stuff. Is like, what were you how were you raised like spiritually, religiously, like the idea of were like a past life or like a like your ancestry, like you had this blood in you that was like a certain, you know.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
like 15 questions, like topics just dropped on you, but like.
So my parents never pushed anything on me.
Okay.
My parents were 17, like they were, you know, they were living. They weren't really in a religious mode anyway.
Yeah.
But like, you know, karma, good things happen for a reason. Like you just got these vibes. My mom, you know, a little more spiritual. My dad, but I would say like nothing as a kid, like. And like I said, when I moved to like the suburban area when I was older, my friend that I would go and actually rap with when I was like 13, 14, his parents would take them to church every Sunday. And we would be sitting there like 6-hour fucking services. Like, oh my God.
Man, I've been there. Like,
get me out of here, man. Like 6 a.m. to noon. You're like, dude, what?
On a Sunday. Like.
And we started, I mean, I would stay there 5 days a week, like especially in the summers. So we would just do anything we could to get out of church. We would like run out in the street. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like I hated on it or nothing. I always felt good energy from it. It's just being there for so long that early, someplace you don't want to be when you're a kid. It's just,
that you have to be versus want to be.
Yeah. And what was I gonna say? So basically, in like college time, I did a religion class, and I've never been like fully Christian. Like I'm down to like read the stories. I like history. Yeah, I like comparing them.
So your parents were like agnostic, or you guys just never talked about it, or they were atheists?
They were just like if you can, they were just didn't talk about it. I mean, I'm sure they religious and believe in it. It's just imagine a 17-year-old's like intake on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're more focused on survival. Like they need jobs to take care of their kid, and. You know what I mean? It was less like let's
whether God exists or not is not like priority one. Like
it's just like either way we got to go to work.
Exactly.
Like, and I feel like actually that's a good point because they really like sacrificed for me to be more creative and me to be more open minded and explore and be able to watch TV and be obsessed with it because it wasn't more like survival for me. Yeah, it was more only child, be creative, like which is sick, and I really appreciated that, and still to this day like they still allow me to be who I am, which is cool. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Okay, so I guess you took the religious class in college. Did that like spur anything? Like, do you know? I mean,
I was just like there I want to understand it all because I know like at the end of the day they're all similar and they all compare to the same thing. To where if I were to believe in religion, I would believe in like. None of the religions, but just the God that made them all. Like you know, right. You couldn't even imagine the God that created us all. It's just, it's unfathomable. You just gotta live with it, live with it. Yeah. But you know, I believe in like destiny and you know everything happens for a reason, and I believe in karma, but I also believe in like free will. So like I go back and forth all the time, man. Like who fucking knows? Yeah. But you know, I would say to this day, like. That's basically where I'm at with it. I understand all of the stories are kind of just stories, and a lot of religion is kind of used to control masses. Yeah, and
people need something.
Yeah, and if it helps you, like no matter what, like that is awesome. That's cool. But if you're negatively judging other people, like that's where it gets fucked up. And I think that's where like the control and the brainwashing kind of starts to happen. Yeah, but I like to stay open minded because you know. At the end of the day, if I get there and God's like, man, what's up? Like, this is really what it was. I'm going to be like, bet, bro. Yeah. Nice to see you.
It's cool with me. Yeah, nice to see you. Like.
And if I happen to pass and it's just like before I was born, like, science, bro. Like, happy to see you. Like, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like you just stay positive. Positive shit happens and... Yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling with that one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That pretty much answers it. I mean, that was.
And that's probably pretty much what my parents think. Like, you know, they ain't out here doing no fucked up shit. Put good shit out, get good shit back. Like, yeah.
So, I guess being bouncing everywhere, but when you were kind of like being brought up, you talked about kind of like the bloodline almost, if you will. Oh, yeah. Was your dad kind of like renegade-esque, or were you like maybe not rebelling against them, but like?
I mean, just my dad. Like he had 3 brothers. They're all pretty like hardcore. They were pretty poor, so like they were just a whole bunch of tough sport dudes that had like, respect. You know what I mean? And obviously, my dad like I don't know. He was kind of he was pretty, pretty tough dude. So I would think like the way he just lived, even having a kid young, being like an underdog, people Like, I think he had to do the 10th grade 3 times because like, the teacher was just always talking shit to him. And he'd be like, all right, fuck you, I'm out of here. Like,
yeah.
And he would just be, like, cussing his teachers out. But basically, right when they figured out, like, they're about to have me, he went super hard and, like, turned everything around. He's been working the same job since he was 17. He's, like, oh, man. He's 41 right now. Like, damn. 42. So, respect, yeah. Yeah, he bossed up, and he's always been going hard. So, that that just puts that go hard in me. Like, whatever I do, I'm gonna have to fucking go hard like that. So yeah. Except I also I don't have a kid, so that always makes me feel great.
Yeah, that you kind of like got it, and you didn't need that to push you, you know. Yeah. Not that it's bad if that is, but it's like
I just learned from it.
Exactly.
Through my own birth.
Yeah, you didn't. He took that sacrifice, so you didn't have to. So like you said, you got the free time to be creative and.
Yeah, and I thank God. I wasn't a teen parent. And I'm not going to ever be because I'm about to be 24. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking lit. And my mom's always go hard too. Like she like has her own cleaning business, and she's been doing that for like 15 years, and she's a waitress. So they've always been go hard like workers. So I knew like I was always gonna. That's kind of like another reason why I'm always just pushing out shit because I'm always just like I'm used to working, used to doing shit. Yeah. Especially if I like to do it. Like I can work all day if I like it. Music, art.
That's dope. That's an important piece. That's like I think the piece that is required to like make it is that like you love doing it and you'll do it. I've done so much shit for free because I want to do it. Because you don't have to pay me. Like I'll just do it. Facts, people like you're crazy. Why aren't you getting paid? I'm like I almost hate when people pay me sometimes because it's like now I feel like I gotta pressure, like it's work now and it's like it's not as fun. I'm like man I'll do this like I love doing it.
Exactly, and that's another thing and when money kind of gets involved, it's like. It kind of is more forced. They can like tell you more what you want.
Exactly. I'm working for you now.
And the shit happens naturally, so smooth, like without it. And I love that. Like two people just connect and vibe and make fucking art. It's timeless. Like it's lit.
Exactly. So shifting gears for a second, you mentioned kind of like conspiracy theories. I'm like very loosely into it. Like I enjoy that they exist and that there's all these like deep perspectives on whatever. What's your like ones that you're into, ones that you like disagree with? Like what have you said you're kind of more just woke to it versus like hardcore into it, but like what
okay, so
make a question out of that.
Okay, so I know there's two sides to everything, and I'm not gonna claim anything low key because I don't know. And like just like I said, if I die and I go wherever God is and he's like, bro, this is actually how it was, I'm not going to deny it. I'm open for anything. Like, if it is what it is. But there's some crazy ones, bro, that are just insane. Like, and some agendas are pushed to fucking, like distract, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, some are just fucking psycho. Like, I don't believe at all. Like, but, I would say the main thing, like, what really gets me, like, it's just, like, facts, you know what I mean? Like, where money comes from. If you learn about the Federal Reserves, the whole system, like, how... just like enslaving people through debt, you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like if you just start there and start questioning stuff like that, you kind of can go deeper and deeper. And there's some ridiculous ones, like, you know what I mean? You want to talk about the moon, you want to talk about, Earth, you want to talk about fucking aliens, reptilians, all that shit. You know what I mean? It's a lot of it's fiction, but like if I went up to God and he was like, bro, I'd be like, whatever, man. It is what it is. Yeah. So... I mean, I think it's entertaining to keep your mind, like, open, but I don't necessarily believe all the insane shit. Yeah. But I do like to start at, government, like, who's controlling what controls where's all the food coming from, what companies what are they putting in our food, what are they doing to the animals that they cut up, like, like, that alone got me aware, just, learning about my food, how they fucking put hormones in chickens and cows, and these things are fucking fat as hell until they die. Like that we eat that. Like and that kind of made me be a vegetarian, and that shit just kind of like woke me up. And I'm down to listen to some crazy shit. Like I'm not someone who will hear something ridiculous and be like, oh no. Yeah, I'll hear it, I'll take it in, and I'll like shuffle all the most bullshit out, and I'll be like, all right, well now I understand what them people are talking about. Yeah, so I can understand everything. Or the fact that could exist. You know, that somebody thought about this and it might be true. Yeah, just like, it kind of could blow your mind what people can even make up. It's just like, oh shit, that's kind of crazy that you even made that up alone. Like, right, cool. Even just the storytelling aspect and creativity. Exactly. So, I don't know, that shit kind of interests me. basically it's just like how shit is ran and like where the shit comes from, where the money comes from, and all that. Like that is like my biggest, where I would say myself is a renegade, a conspiracy theorist. What the fuck's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Police are always tripping. Like there's a power trip going on. Like it's all like there's levels of power that are just ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I like to question. You know what I mean? I'm for the people.
You know yeah.
But yeah. You know, aliens, are we going to say aliens real? The universe is fucking ridiculously huge. If you believe in math, you should probably believe in aliens, because there's...
Statistically, like, they probably exist, yeah.
Yeah, dude, the universe is ridiculous. We're like a speck on a speck on a speck.
Yeah.
Compared to everything, so...
That's interesting. I guess it's kind of I'm getting from you that it's like you're just open to whatever, and you're not like, this is what I believe and it's gotta be this, and like aliens do exist for sure, like whatever. You're like, they do, great, but like I'm focused on like making my art and being creative and like whatever, but that's interesting. And like
but like, you know, if I had a debate, you know, I probably lean towards more, because you know, the statistics. I was trying to tell you some points, and if you don't believe it, it is what it is. Like
That's cool, man. That's a good, like, I don't think that there's as many, whenever I talk to people that are open-minded, it's like they want to tell me whatever it is, and if I start to say anything that's like, just close up, and it's like,
and that,
all right.
Like, this is a conspiracy theory in its own, man, because, like, when you hear the word conspiracy theorist, it almost makes you marginalize people who question things. So when I tell you I'm a conspiracy theorist, you think I'm about to like talk your ear in on some like wow shit, like
the steel beams and 9/11 and like the moon
like,
and shit. And
reptiles live under the ground. Like, I mean, I don't fucking know at all. Like I ain't gonna talk about something I don't know. So like, and I ain't gonna sound stupid. So like you know what I mean. I feel like it's just interesting to keep the mind open, and I feel like that what I was saying is that kind of steers people away from questioning anything, because it makes people think that, okay, you're a conspiracy theorist, I ain't trying to hear shit. So I don't even like that word. I just like to say, you know, I'm Mike Renegade. Like, if you know me, you know what I'm thinking about.
That's good. And I think that's a good observation, that there is that stigma of like, oh, you question something, and then people don't want to question stuff. They're just like, I'll go along. You know?
And that's a big problem. Like, people being just whatever. Like, we learn about bullshit in like public schools, like you know what I mean, just questioning that. Like, why can't we learn about, just let alone taxes, or fucking how to run a business yourself, or just anything? Like,
how can I regulate my emotions and my feelings?
Exactly.
And
like more basic psychology as a younger student, or more languages when you're young. Just they got it all fucked up. So I think shit should always be improving, always be getting better, and should always be questioned. I feel like these old farts who fucking sit in power want the world to always be like an old fart. Like, it ain't 1940, it ain't 50, like, it's fucking 2020. Everything should be like that. Like,
they're good old days, and they're just frozen, like...
And it's crazy how leaders just stay so old. Like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be dope to see a leader, like, 45, 50 years old, maybe, you know, 38. You know? Cool.
Like a president, or just like any leader? Like,
shit, I mean, I'm sure there's young leaders, but even a fucking president. Who knows? Some fresh-minded, young, smart, educated person who went to college and battled to get there, not someone who's just rich as fuck and made it there. Like, and that's just the theme of presidents in the last forever. Like, it's always been like that.
And that's even interesting. I'm even thinking, like, maybe why isn't that a thing? Like, why is it that people that are maybe a little bit older than us, that they just don't want that? Like, when have we even seen anybody under, like, I mean, not to get political, I know nothing about it, but like, it's interesting. I never really looked at it. Like, who is actually even running for president?
Exactly.
And if they've all been like 65 plus, like, I
mean, it's probably our irresponsibility.
It could be.
I'm sure you can.
We don't care. We're just like,
you can find the people in the beginning and like get the right guys there. But every time I look up, they already got two people. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, it's either him or him.
You picked him already? Like,
I'm like, what? Like, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe I should be a little more connected to, like, you know, every level of it. But I'm still young. Maybe when I'm older, I'll be more like, all right, let's get the right people up in here. And I feel like everyone in our generation will be more involved to it when we get older, and we know what's up. Like I said, our generation understands trolling. It understands that whole vibe. So I feel like a president who just understands that alone would just be more level-headed, more down to earth, more cool.
Yeah.
About changing shit and like doing cool shit.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Also, before I forget too, just to shift gears again, moving to Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me, man. Like what sparked that? What's in Charlotte? Like, what are we?
So I told you my dad like worked at the same job forever, and I mean shout out my dad, bro.
Yeah,
he's a man.
Shout out dad, yeah.
But he basically has been living down there because they got him working at that plant in South Carolina, and he was like, man, they're about to have me because the first plan was for him to stay down there 2 years, and basically they want him to stay down there forever. Like,
okay.
And he was like, man, I'm about to like, get a house. Like, if you want to come down here, so I'm not lonely. Like, it's just him. So me and my girlfriend are gonna move down there with him into like a nice like spot. Like, it's gonna be the best house I ever lived in. So it's gonna be a great time.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and it's like right outside of Charlotte. It's like South Carolina on the border.
Okay. I'm no geographer, so I'll just take your word for that. Like,
very inland. I'm nowhere near the ocean, so just know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? I guess what? I don't want to be like. So what's the plan in Charlotte? Like, you gonna be making music? Like, what are you gonna? Or like, is that? What do you expect? What can we look forward to with Renegade in Charlotte?
I got some singles ready to drop. I got a couple like features with people. I got one pretty big feature ready to come pretty soon. Plus the video we just made.
Hey.
And I want to drop those. I've been making videos. I got 2 with my dude Chronic Williams. One just dropped with Lord Olo, but another one's dropping on the 14th. And then I think I'm about to got a video with my dude Osmond too. Like a studio session we had. But yeah, I got a lot of like vlogs and videos and music videos I've done for other people dropping. And other than that, I want to keep going hard on my YouTube with like painting. I just want to keep doing time lapses.
Yeah.
Keep the art going because I've been loving that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of that's good. It's like perfect segues every single time, man. So like I was looking when you said like if you could do one thing, like it would be like making just music and like kind of singing and stuff. How does like painting and art and stuff fit into that? Is it more like hobby, relaxing, or is it like talk to me?
I feel like there's like dream and reality. So like my dream would be, damn Mike, you're so good at singing. Sit on your butt, make these hits, we're about to handle everything. Yeah. It's not that. But
something you would like to be that.
But low key, I feel like I have a slightly better chance of doing that with drawing. That's the reality. Okay. It's like, I would love to be able to sing like fucking, Chris Brown or fucking some R&B sensation out here. But the reality is I can't sing and I can draw. So, it's, it's a higher chance. It's where I'm more comfortable. Like music is dope, but like I said, it's saturated and it's a lot harder to get up in there. Like to where art, it's I have my own style. It's easy. It just comes out. Yeah. It's just like I don't know. It's just a lot easier. I can make a business out of it. I kind of want to start my website up with it, and like music is hard as fuck to sell. Yeah. Unless you're getting tons of fucking streams. So,
or having shows all the time.
Yeah, or selling like successful merch. Yeah, that gets expensive in itself. To where I like making merch, but it's an investment. Like, and it's hard. You got a lot of addresses and shipments, and you gotta make sure everyone's happy. So that's a process. But yeah, art is the easiest, and it's like my most successful. I can definitely sell paintings like easier than I can sell a mixtape or an album. Like,
that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that like it would be that much easier to like do that versus I guess selling a mixtape. That kind of makes sense, but that like selling something even musically.
If I were trying to sell you my mixtape for max $10, you'd probably be asking me, can you get it on YouTube and like I'd be like, it's on all platforms, and you'd be like, all right, well I gotta download it. Like it's just not gonna happen, especially this day and age. Like maybe in the early 2000s, 90s, 80s vibes, but no, not nowadays. So yeah, you need shows, you need fucking cool ass merch, and you need like a team to keep that business running. We're not even a team, but just spend all your time.
But you said business too, and I think that's really what it is. Is like it's a business at that point.
Exactly. It's less artist. You know what I mean? And if I could just be an artist and have a business like work around me, it just takes time.
Yeah. So what would like reality like drawing artist, like what would be something you would want, you could see that if that's got to be the reality, like what would you want it to be?
I mean, art? I follow a lot of dope ass like YouTube people, like, you know, just being like a cool ass artist on YouTube. I would hope to be able to like talk more in front of the camera. Right now I kind of just got time lapses, but just being more personable and you know, selling commissions, maybe like doing a video where I do 10 paintings and like I put them on my website afterwards, and there's just like, you know, maybe half of them sell. I mean, sick as fuck, like. And just doing that every week for the rest of my life. Like, that sounds like the most ideal. Having t-shirt designs that are always selling. Just having coffee mugs, whatever. Just Mike Renegade art everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be, like, the most ideal situation ever.
Yeah, that would be really sweet. And I think...
Plus making music, like, making beats on the side, throwing those up places, you know, still getting streams. But not, like, I'm not out here, like, fucking Drake, like...
Yeah,
you know, I got a niche where people are like, "Damn, this is lit." Like, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think art is for at least I'm looking at it as like my generation, our generation, kind of is like paintings and art and stuff. Kind of got a lost art. Like people, my brother bought like paintings for his like apartment, and I'm like, these are stupid. This looks like you just bought it on Amazon and they printed it, whatever. There's no soul to that. And I think we need people like you, like even that print. I appreciate you gave me that print. I'm gonna make like that's a thing, you know, like that's like art. There's a soul to that, you know.
Appreciate it, dude, because I was trying to get those out to like everybody I worked with before I left, and I'm glad I can get you one, dude. That's lit. And I moved next Sunday, so I'm out here in 1 week.
That's exciting, man. Have you hit that like excitement stage yet, or is it still kind of like it's not even real at this point yet?
It's like, I mean, I have a to-do list, and like every time I knock some shit down, I feel like, all right, like I'm excited to move, and then I get a couple more. And right now, like the biggest thing was for us to shoot this video today. So like, after today, I might be like, oh shit, I'm really moving in a week. Like,
yeah, that's good, man. It was like a little bit of like talking Destiny too. I made a list of people that I wanted to like do interviews for and whatever, and I was like, I always want to work with this guy. We never just made it happen. And then not only were you in North Canton like area where I am, but like you're leaving, you're like this week. It's like, man,
you didn't even know that.
I didn't even know that, exactly.
Yeah. It really is destiny. That's dope how that worked out. And I'm happy we can get the video and the interview. Like, they're both out to be sweet.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna take a look and see if I have. Okay, so so you kind of touched on like, I guess, this conspiracy theorist issues of why you're like vegan or vegetarian. Mm-hmm. That was all it really was, or was there like, were you brought up kind of like your parents were that too?
No, I in high school, like I played football from when I was 9 to when I was 17, so I was really into like eating. I used to eat 6 meals a day.
Oh damn!
Key, I would have like 2 to 3 protein shakes. I ain't gonna cap, like I had all 3. I probably had 1 to 2 protein shakes. We'll say 5 meals.
Yeah. Meals,
yeah. I was supposed to eat 6 meals a day, but it was, dude.
I won't tell Coach. Don't worry.
It was crazy. But basically, man, 2 protein shakes a day. You're eating big ass breakfast, lunch, and dinners, like 50 grams of protein per meal. Like I was eating thick, and I was probably about 15 pounds, like muscle. Yeah. But yeah, after that, 2017, July 2017, I think I watched like some Netflix things, and I was just. Started grossing me out.
I think it was that Netflix thing came out, and I was like, I can't even watch this. I'll just trust you that it's like bad.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've watched like Super Size Me before, but that shit doesn't get me. But that one, I don't know, man. I just got like something in my brain clicked. Like, this is just nasty.
Yeah.
And I realized like I like all the sides of everything. Like, I mean, I like all the vegetables and onions and mushrooms and everything. And I feel like after going vegetarian, to where if people like are scared to go vegetarian, like thinking they're not gonna like anything, your taste buds change. Yeah. And I've always liked vegetables, but now I like them even more. Like, I love just eating peppers and fucking tomatoes and shit. But
do you cook at all?
Yeah, I cook. I would say my girlfriend probably takes the lead a little more than I do. Okay. But I can do it. I can whip it up. I know how to do it. It's just like I might be sitting there dancing while she's actually cutting. Yeah.
That's good though. I mean, does she like cooking? Like, it's a good balance?
She's good. She's a beast.
Yeah. That's good. You can be the entertainment while she's like cooking. Yeah.
I mean, I put the water on. I put the noodles in the
I put the water on. Yeah. It's ready, honey. Like.
Yeah. I'm rolling a blunt or something while she's actually stirring. But I'll probably say 70-30.
Okay.
I'm there like 30%.
That's fair. Yeah. And she may watch this too, so that's good. You kept it real.
Yeah.
Thank you. Man, I guess is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to talk about?
I'm not sure. I just dropped a mixtape. Awesome.
And it's awesome. I've heard it.
Yeah. Little EP. It's on all platforms. That's my most recent thing. Other than that, I got a couple singles dropping for the rest of 2020, but I probably ain't dropping another project until like early 2021. But yeah, if you like that, there's hella more. I think I dropped like four tapes this year so far. So
damn,
peep it out.
That's some work right there.
Yeah.
Just random question: favorite pizza?
Toppings?
The an overarching question would be.
I had pizza before I came here.
Did you really?
Like I didn't have anything for breakfast. I had one old piece of pizza.
Okay.
That I bought yesterday.
So I guess in a perfect world, like your perfect pizza, what are the toppings? And then the second follow-up question would be like, is there a certain place, whether it's like a chain or not chain, or like maybe it's homemade, or like what's your favorite, like, overall in a perfect world, imaginary pizza becomes real. What's your pizza? And then what's like your favorite place to get pizza?
Okay.
So 2 questions.
The best pizza is half no cheese, half with cheese, because I like the options.
Interesting.
But then I need onions, mushrooms, banana peppers, and then pineapples.
Okay, one of those guys. I got you.
If I can get like green peppers, like honestly, you can put every single vegetable on it. I'm gonna be happy as hell.
Yeah.
Like except for black olives. That's not me.
Oh, I love black olives.
I just feel like they overtake the taste. I used to eat Subway subs with them, and it would just be like pure black olive.
I can see that.
But they're good sometimes. But people there, bro, they give a whole handful.
Yeah.
You need like 3.
3, yeah, for the whole pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So, hella vegetables. I probably put like some nice like butter, garlic sauce around the side.
Okay.
Have some delicious ass hot dip or some sriracha.
Yeah.
And then the best place. I'm not even gonna cap. I feel like a lot of people are gonna hate on me, but I strictly have been eating Pizza Hut. Even though Pizza Hut's kind of cap, but they're kind of good. And because I got one so close to my house, and it's like $7 for a large.
Yeah.
But I used to work at this place called Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. It was like an old Mediterranean place, and there'd be times where I was the only employee in there. Like I answered the phone, I made the pizza, and then I took the delivery.
He'll be right there.
Yeah.
Like take the hat off, put the new hat on. Like.
I'd be like, and I had to lock the store on my way out, and I had to like clean raw chicken and shit. But that place was really like good, homemade. They made it. It was a family restaurant.
Yeah.
So I'll prefer some pizza like that, but not that place.
I don't know if that counts if you're making your own pizza yourself.
Yeah. But I wouldn't eat it.
The chef was so good at this place. Like.
It was me. But I would eat it at like a home style place. But but not that one because it was dirty.
Okay.
It was dirty as hell. No.
Okay, that makes sense.
I felt like there was cross contamination going on, and I couldn't do enough to stop it. It was dirty. So
there was only one of you. Like.
Yeah, there's only one of me. Exactly.
That's good. I love Pizza Hut too. I used to work at Pizza Hut too, and it's like I like it. And I've noticed they're like the only place that puts the toppings like on top of the cheese sometimes. And I'll get some of these places, and it's like underneath, and it's raw like toppings, covered in cheese. And I'm like, this is gross. Cook that shit.
I want my pineapple on top.
Yeah, get a little char on it, get a little cooking on it. Yeah.
I want the juice to.
Exactly.
Yeah, but dude, pizza's good. I actually had Domino's yesterday.
I like Domino's.
Yeah, I was in I was in Canton. So,
yeah,
I got some Domino's.
There you go. So what can we look forward to for Mike Renegade in the future? Maybe not 1-2 years, maybe like 10 years. Like what's not to get, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But like what?
All right. So I told myself if I make it to 30, I'm living to be 105.
Okay.
So I mean, God forbid, I die before I'm 30.
Yeah.
But that just makes me a young legend. You know what I'm saying?
Young legend, yeah.
But like, whatever.
And the price of that print goes up, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, resell the art. Like, go hard with it. Like, jack that shit up. I need $1 million paintings for real. And if I make it past then, that's dope. Like, I plan to be like a fucking monk Jedi, like ripped up grandpa with a beard, be bald.
Yeah.
Be like a fucking...
It's Master Roshi type shit.
Yeah, literally Master Roshi. I want to sit outside and just sit in the sun.
Yeah.
Get fried.
Chase girls. Like
Stay fried my whole life, yeah. And yeah, I don't want to ever conform and work some dumb job where I can't smoke weed. I love to chill and do me.
There you go, man.
But yeah, and I would say like goals wise would just be, you know, get the art popping, get my website popping, and sell some shit. Really, get it out to people, and like be able to survive off my art would be like the sickest thing in the world.
Yeah,
and I don't even gotta live crazy. I can live chill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get to decide then.
Yeah. I'll live in a fucking camper if that's what it has to be.
Yeah.
Like a nice one though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no shit camper, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess this has just made a curiosity question for me. Would you ever have plans to come back from Charlotte? Like, are you planning on being there like forever? Like maybe 1 year, 2 years? Like maybe you haven't even thought about it yet.
Basically like 1 to 2 years. I'm probably planning on being out there, but it's like clutch as hell because my mom is actually moving into the house that I live in now. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna be there with like my cousins and like her friend. So basically I can come back whenever.
That's cool, yeah, it'd be like kind of two bases.
Yeah. And I'm gonna come back here to snowboard. I like to snowboard. Wintertime shit, and you know, come back whenever I wanna chill, hang out, holidays. But I don't plan to move back. And if I do move back in like 2 years, I don't know if we'll be around this area. I think I'd want to go like...
I don't blame you.
Yeah. If anything, fucking Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus. But if I even do that, I would want to go out of state. Like, out west.
Where would you want to live? Because I'm curious kind of... if you could pick anywhere...
So many crazy places. I mean, if I had unlimited money and everything, I would live in New York.
New York? Okay.
Yeah, or LA. Like, I would live in those are the hubs of art, bro.
Well, which one? That's the question. Like.
Yeah, either one, man. If I was rich, I'd have both. Like,
both? Yeah, that'd be pretty dope, actually.
Realistically, where I see myself, like, either like a Colorado, Seattle, like, I don't know. I have a friend who lives in Atlanta. I might go start visiting Atlanta more, chilling out with that. Yeah. Actually, my friend I started rapping with when I was like 14, JJ Soft Hands. Yeah. He lives in Atlanta. We'll go see. I might like it, you know? Yeah. But I'm down to explore and fucking vibe it out. I don't know if I want to live in Florida all like that. It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big heat person either.
Yeah, I like winters. But if I do heat, I want dry heat, like California heat, Southwest Colorado heat, you know what I mean? Yeah. New Mexico, Arizona.
Yeah. I can see that. So I guess have you done a lot of like traveling, or like you would be like going to Charlotte for the first time, Atlanta for the first time, New York, LA first time? I've done a good amount of traveling, I would say. Not a lot, but enough of my life I've seen shit. I've been in New York once. And I've done like road trips like hella. I fucking went to Bonnaroo 3 times. Okay. Which is in like Tennessee or Kentucky. Yeah. By Nashville. I've been to Charlotte 3 times to like visit my dad. Yeah. My girlfriend's from Seattle. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've been out there 2 good times, like a week each. Yeah. And then I went to LA before when I was younger, like Santa Monica, like not even anything crazy, kind of just like a tourist vacation. Yeah, yeah. When I was a little like teenager. And other than that, yeah, I mean, I road trip, you know what I mean? I've been to like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, like fucking Niagara Falls. Yeah. And I've done little trips like where I drive, but big places, that's about it. Oh yeah, I went to Colorado. I've been to Denver. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Have you been there since like the weed shit got free, or it was like before that? I was 18 when I went to Denver. So actually my parents took me there on my birthday. And, nice. Me and my one girlfriend at the time, but we went out there and they had to buy the weed for us. So we got weed from them. I didn't even get to experience it. Yeah. The first time I experienced buying weed by myself was when I went to Seattle like a year or 2 ago. And it was sweet. Okay. Yeah. I was way too young to California. I don't think I smoked weed then. I didn't smoke weed till I was like 17. So. Okay, it's probably for the best. Like. Yeah. Actually, quick note on this real quick. I played football till I was 17 because I got too many concussions. I got 5 concussions, and I was like training hard as shit. Like, I was trying to, do something in college football, like in my mind. But I got my 5th concussion when I was a junior, like the first game, and I was basically like, all right, I'm done playing football, I'm out. Yeah. And I mean, I was pretty happy with it because then I got a concussion on Friday. I started smoking weed on Saturday, like with a concussion. I didn't even give a fuck. What made you like make that transition? Like,
because I was so serious about training and so serious about like working out.
And people will be like, "Hey, hit this," and you're like, "No, I gotta train."
I was very like almost kind of against it. And my parents like always smoked their whole lives. Like, but they always even hid it from me because they were just trying to like allow me to just evolve.
To find it on your own if you wanted to. Yeah.
I would smell it sometimes, but I would never be like, "Oh, what the fuck."
Yeah.
But basically, once I got my concussion, I was like, well, I don't need to be in tip top shape. Like, fuck, like my lungs don't have to like compete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. So, I've honestly been smoking weed since like 17.
Okay.
Yeah. And it slowly evolved. I think I started smoking weed every day by the time I was 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time I was in college, I was fried every day. I still am. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been probably the progression from myself too. Like I can remember like people would have to give it to me first, and then I remember buying it for my first time.
Yeah.
And then, like it was pretty similar progression.
Yeah, you start with bowls, you get a blunt. Like,
yeah.
You get way too fucking high, and then like you get better.
Yeah, exactly. You figure out how to do it. Yeah.
Now I'm smoking like 6 to 10 backwoods a day. Like just
oh shit, man.
Oh dude, I go hard.
So question for you, because I find for me, and I don't think I used to be like this, but as I've like done it, I get high like one time. The first time I hit it, and I'm like high, and then the second time it's like 50%. This is it how you there too? And like by the fourth time, I'm like I don't even feel anything. Like
yeah, well I've been getting like different levels of weed, so sometimes I'll be paying less to get a lot more.
Yeah.
It's worse. That shit, bro. That shit's like cigarettes now. Like I can smoke 10 blunts and be like pissed still. Like man, I need to get some weed. I'm high.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah.
But then I'll get some like real good gas where that shit always gets me right. Like, but you can still notice exactly what you said. By the third blunt, you might not be as high, but I might wait like 4 hours in between, and then it might hit me like kick me in the face.
Yeah.
To where holy shit, I'm higher than I've ever been. Like
yeah.
So, and I think as long as you got the good quality, you can always get punched in the face.
I think you're right too. Yeah.
Yeah, which is key because man, I've been smoking some bad weed sometimes. It's just like fuck. That's all I can get.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Any shout outs, any like thanks or anything you want to give out?
Yeah, definitely shout out everybody in Ohio that's ever helped me like make music, make art. Shout out to Celia, that's my girlfriend.
Celia, shout out.
And shout out all the engineers and producers. And if you want to work with me, definitely holler at me. Definitely Osmond, Doofdom, Caffrey. That's the big 3 for me right now. But yeah, man. And the video people, shout out my boy.
Yeah.
And this nice ass interview. It was a real good time.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, that's a wrap, dude.
All right, dude. Big lit.
Hell yeah.